Hello again. Here we are, 15th of September. It's halfway point in Whole30, and things are going pretty well. Previous blog, I sort of mentioned about headaches and feeling weak, feeling lethargic, things like that, which I largely put down to sugar withdrawal or carb withdrawal. Those have largely gone. Well, they have gone, to be fair about it. I'm not getting any problem from that anymore. The only thing I would say that's sort of still a bit of an issue for me at the moment is in the gym. While strength levels are coming back up quite nicely, I'm sort of quite pleased about that. I do sort of seem to run out of steam before the end of a session. I kind of hit a brick wall, and it's a bit frustrating, I guess. But at the same time, I can't be too disappointed because, as I say, strength levels have come back up. I managed 2 reps with 97% 1RM on deadlift, which means I'm not far off. I do have a maximum test next Saturday, which I'm hoping to get new big numbers on. As I say, that'll be another week in, so hopefully my body will have switched over. As I mentioned last week, it's sort of switching over from using carbs for energy to using fats. It's still coming to terms with that, I think. So as time goes on and it is getting used to doing that, then I am feeling a lot better about things, and I am feeling that bit stronger again. Next week's test is kind of a benchmark for. I'll be doing a new program for my first competitions coming up in November. It's like a warm-up competition that I'm going to do for divisionals in December. So I want to get a good solid bit of training in for the 9 weeks leading up to that, and I don't want diet to be an issue that affects us adversely. So come the end of September, I will be reintroducing a certain few things, things that I know don't negatively affect my stomach or my digestion, things like that. So I'm looking at potatoes, rice. I will be reintroducing whey protein. I've found it is possible to get enough protein from diet, from meats and nuts and eggs, things like that, quite easily actually. But because of working hours and gym times and various other bits and bobs, I mean, I do have a life at the end of the day, and I don't have the luxury of somebody to prepare stuff for us. So whey is convenient at times. I'm not going to go back to sort of relying on it, if you like. It's not going to replace meals. It's going to be exactly what it is, a supplement, and I'm going to use it as it should be used, to supplement what I'm eating. You know, there's a lot of people seem to sort of rely on taking whey and rely on shakes, even carb shakes, and I probably used them more than I should have done in the past. I wouldn't say I ever relied on them, but I think, you know, I did overuse them, I guess. I'm not going to go back to that. As I say, it's literally going to be for convenience purposes, and definitely no more than one a day on training days. I did use probably quite a lot more than that previously. But I'm going to reintroduce it again, as I say, just for convenience, time factors, things like that. This week, in terms of diet, I've stuck to it again, not a problem. It is getting easier. I've tried a few other things this week that I hadn't tried before. Spinach, rocket, butternut squash, aubergine. You know, I don't want to try a million things and not get used to them, and I don't want it to become a sort of a month of just going, oh, I've tried that, I've tried that, I've tried that. I want to sort of be using these things sort of semi-regularly, so that I do get used to the flavours of them, so I do get used to putting them in food. Excuse me. And so that's really what I'm trying to do. Today I sort of use as a sort of food prep day for the rest of the week. I made some more vegetable soup. I bought myself a slow cooker on Friday, which is I'm really impressed by. I made some more vegetable soup. This time I added parsnips and butternut squash to that, as well as a bit more seasoning in terms of salt and pepper than I did previously. The taste is completely different by adding just those few things than it was last week. It's a lot less bland, it's got a lot more flavour to it. The one thing I forgot to put in, which I bought yesterday, was some ginger. I want to put that in for a bit of warmth in there, but I forgot to put it in. I'll try that next time, it's going to keep. So I made that, blitzed it up, and I found that the vegetable soup is actually pretty good to use as a base for curries. It's not like a chip shop curry or a takeaway curry in the sense that there's no cream or anything like that in there, as you can't have dairy. So it's it's hard to describe. It's kind of like a fresh curry, if that makes any sense to anyone. It doesn't leave any residue and it's not heavy. But flavour, it's really, really good and it works very well. When I do have a curry, I sort of maybe have a beef curry, turkey curry. And the other thing I made this week as well was cauliflower rice. That's not bad actually. I fry that off, just chop it up really small as though it's rice. Fry it off in some ghee or coconut oil apparently is also good. I haven't tried it with that yet. And have that with the curry that I make from the vegetable soup base. And it works pretty well. I was quite impressed by that. Spinach and the rocket, I will say that I enjoyed eating the spinach. Cue people's jaws hitting the floor and falling off stools and stuff, but I know in the past I've heard people saying that spinach is sort of an acquired taste. It's a strong flavour. I wouldn't say it was particularly strong, but I did actually like it. It was a nice taste. Rocket, peppery, not totally sold on that, but it wasn't bad. I had the spinach and the rocket in a salad with some eggs. Some of the burgers that I make I chopped up into sort of burger bites, I guess, chunks. Have that in there with some carrot, some cucumber, some onion. It's quite a nice salad and it's pretty filling. I mean, when I say I chuck a few eggs in, I'm talking about 4 or 5 eggs go in there, and 2 burgers. Each burger's probably a bit more than a quarter pounder, if I'm honest. I'm not a little bloke, so I'm not going to put small meals up, to be fair. What I will say is, despite the fact that I'm eating meals that are pretty substantial, in the first 2 weeks here I've still lost 17.5 pounds, which is about 8 kilos. I feel much better for it, it has to be said. And it's not a case of, I don't feel like I'm losing any muscle weight. I think it's fat that I'm dropping. I mean, obviously initially there's going to be water weight there. I'm not naive enough to think that I'm going to be ripped by the end of the month. It's just not going to happen. My body fat was too high at the start of the month anyway, so I am feeling the benefit of it. As I say, I'm sleeping better. When I wake up I feel a lot fresher than I did before I started this. Clothes are fitting better. I do feel a lot better in myself. I mean, I can't dispute that. What I would say is that anybody thinking of doing this, there are downsides initially. There's the withdrawal from sugars and carbs. There's feeling weak. If you are lifting heavy in the gym, you are going to feel weak. And they're getting tired quickly in a session. I mean, previously, by the end of a session, I'd be wrecked. I'd be a state. Now, I'm at that point, probably 3/4 of the way through a session. Not because I'm working harder, not because I'm doing more, just I think it's just lack of carbs, which, as I say, I'm going to reintroduce some of them at the end of the month, because if you're lifting heavy, you're going to need some carbs in there. I don't care what anyone says. What I won't be doing is putting just any old carbs in. It'll be clean carbs, things like potatoes and rice. I'm not going to start stuffing my face with chocolate and crisps, potato chips to the Americans. It's going to be good carbs. So, and things that I know that don't affect my stomach, to be honest. that's what I'm going to be sort of reintroducing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week, to be honest with you. There's not much else to tell you. Like I say, I'm pleased I've done it. I'm pleased I started it, rather. I've still got 2 weeks to go. Taste is definitely changing. Definitely feeling better in myself. As I say, sleeping better. Strength is coming back up. I'm not far off where I was before I started. I'm not quite there, but I'm not far off. And generally feel healthier all around. I'm not just going to say that if it's not true. I'll tell it straight. If I thought it was bullshit, I'll tell you it was bullshit. But the truth of the matter is, I am feeling the benefit of it, and I think there's a lot more benefits to it once you get past those initial downsides, if you like. There's a lot more benefit actually doing this than not doing it. So a great risk of people getting sick of me talking about it on Twitter, because that's all I seem to do lately is talk about Whole30, and my Instagram feed's chock full with just pictures of meals that I've made, like the meatloaf I made today. I haven't made it before. I don't know what it's supposed to come out like, but people seem to like the pictures of it, so I can't be going far wrong. So I'll be posting this now and putting it on Twitter and wherever else I see fit. So I mean, if any of this helps, great. Any of you's followers on Twitter, feel free to ask any questions about what I'm doing. I'm by no means an expert. I'm learning as I'm going, but I'm learning a lot, and I'm not gonna stop doing it when it finishes. I'm gonna keep it going. So, as I say, that's it for the week. So I'll post again probably next Saturday or Sunday when we're 3 weeks in. Tell you where I'm at, what I've done this week, and hopefully the strength levels will be back normal, and I'll get new numbers on my tests, which I'll be able to tell you about with a smile. So thanks very much for listening. See you again soon.